What's up guys, it's Troy with the Weber Kettle Club. Tonight I'm going to cook up some bratwurst, but I'm going to do it in two different grills with identical setups, except one is going to use the Slow N Sear and one is just going to have the coals banked. So I'm going to show you the differences in the cooking style of the Slow N Sear while it's being used in just an everyday cooking environment. So here's my setup. I have a 77 Lime 22-inch Weber kettle here with the Slow N Sear, and over here I have another 1977 Weber kettle from 1977, and I'm going to bank the coals. Right there I have two charcoal chimneys, each weighed out with the exact same amount of charcoal, lit at the exact same amount of time, and they look pretty much identical. They feel pretty much identical, and they both put out an identical amount of toxic plume Kingsford smoke. Let's go ahead and get these things poured so we can cook. Chimney cam. For this one, I'm just going to bank on the back side. I don't like banking coals, especially on vintage kettles, because it leads to porcelain damage, and that's not what you want on a vintage kettle, which is why I'm a huge fan of the Slow N Sear. Alright, here just after like 3 minutes, there's already a really big difference in color. The one on the right, which is the banked coals, is turning orange, and the other one is not. So let's do some temperature testing here. So there we're at, I saw a 671, 673, 694. Let's go over here. 400, 420, 430, 390, 435. Which is some pretty big temp differences. Now the Slow N Sear side, the Slow N Sear grill will heat up more. The Slow N Sear acts as an insulator. It's not going to prevent the outside from getting that hot, but it's going to prevent it from getting as hot as that one, for sure. And definitely keep it from going up that quickly. Alright, both grills are hot and I got my glove on. Let's go. Alright, once again, here is our cook setup. I got the Slow N Sear here, and I got banked coals here. Here's the meat. Got some Johnsonville Italian sausage and some Johnsonville hatch chilies. I already opened them, so I wouldn't have to do that. And I'm just going to put them in a little pattern here. Ooh, if I can get them. I'm going to drop one there. I'm going to drop one there. My goal here is to use all 5 of these guys to gauge the grill and compare how the brats cook this far away from the heat. There we go. I'll do the same thing with the Johnsonville Sweet. These will be on the Slow N Sear side. Whoop, almost lost one. Give it the woo-woo test. Is that about the same? Nope. I think this is going to be close enough. Alright, we're going to come back here in about, 20 minutes, 30 minutes and check on these guys. So the brats have been on for about 10 minutes now. We're going to do a little bit of a temperature check on the back of the grill. So we got a 550, 670. Let's check the other one. Got a 470, 440, 420, 460. So there's still a 200-degree temperature difference. Can you hear that sizzle? It's only been 15 minutes, but I hear sizzling, so we better check on these mothers. Let's bust these grills open and see what these things look like. Alright, on the hatch chili side, the wiggle test tells me that this one's got a little bit more wiggle to it. These are ready for color. These are squirting. I don't know how you guys feel about puncturing the casings of brats. Some people are very strict, and they're all snobbish with their brats. Like, oh, I'm not eating that. Casing's all busted open and the juice squirted out. Well, tell you what, I don't know if I really give a shit. These are like cooked, so I'm just gonna give them some more color, maybe pop some casings, and then call it a day. The results aren't as obvious as I was hoping as far as the temperature goes. I actually have digital data using the 2 fireboards that I have where I set up some probes, and that'll come out in a different video. They both cook relatively even, really. But let's sear them up anyway. Let's sear these first. Whoop. So over here, the grates aren't very hot. I'm not getting any new grill marks on these brats. There was no new sear. Holy crap. Over here on the Slow N Sear side, I got grates hot enough to put new marks on the bratwurst. Granted, that was only a second, but these bratwurst run this grate for a shorter amount of time than these were on this grate. Whoa, look at that guy hanging off there. He's like, fuck this. I'm jumping in the coals. Alright. Oh yeah, that's some nice color on that one. I wish these brats were from Sheboygan. Wisconsin brats are always the good ones. These Johnsonville store-bought things are... I got a bunch of... Look at all my brats rolling down the... And then we do the teeter. There we go. Oh yeah, we got some good color on these. I don't want them splitting and exploding and shooting me in the face. Alright, I'm going to get a plate, and then we are going to take these things off. Let's check our back door temperature. Whoa, that's not what I meant. Let's get back here. Alright, one last check. Alright, we got a 672, 664. Do the hoppity over here. So we got some 400s, some 440, I thought. 420, 470. Big difference. And I don't know, man. Slow N Sear cooked up a lot nicer, but I was also dealing with a slope. I'm gonna pull these over here to the Slow N Sear side. More searing power. Yeah, hear that sizzle? There's a lot more sizzle here. Oh shit, I can't mix them up. Some of them are spicy. Damn it. So the results in the brats weren't really as dramatic as I was hoping for, but the difference in the porcelain temperature was pretty significant. That's why I usually keep the Slow N Sear in the 22-inch grill when I cook. The brats were delicious. The Slow N Sear definitely had more searing power at the end, and it kept the porcelain temperature lower than the banked coals. I know I didn't have to bank the coals, but I wanted to get that temperature because I know everybody banks their coals, and I want them to know that eventually it's going to cause damage in your porcelain.